Welcome in, everybody. American in Leeds, the American in Leeds YouTube channel, also available on Spotify at American in Leeds. Hope everyone is doing well. Cheers. Got some tea this evening, some black organic tea, brewed, steeped for 4 minutes, I believe. We'll maybe talk a little bit tea talk later, but this is the Mighty White's midweek update. I want to formalize some content, and basically my schedule is crazy as it always is, personally and professionally. So I want to just do content, a long form podcast solo, me probably Wednesday mornings available in the UK. Wednesday early mornings in the US. And that'll hopefully just formalize the channel a little bit and get some good content going. Ooh, it's a big day. Are you are you tingling? Are you tingling a little bit? It is the release of the most anticipated Leeds United kit, and probably the best Leeds United kit that Adidas has done, and maybe the best Leeds United kit of my fandom, which goes back to Gary Monk now, going on 8-9 years. So a very, very good kit. Certainly better, I think, than anything Kappa did. Some home kits have been very solid. This kit, I'm wearing it kind of in honor of this. This kit to me has been the best away kit. A lot of good memories too. First season in the Prem with Bielsa, got the Prem patch. Whoops, that's the JD patch. Anyways, so big day, and I will, like many of you, be looking at that kit. We'll look at it online, and it dropped yesterday. I love the collar. I'm just going to go out on the limb. Some people are. I always like a football kit with a collar on it. I like the Henley because it kind of had a mini formalized collar a couple of years ago. I didn't like the huge patch by Boxed or whatever, the Boiler Company. I thought that could have been white, and it was later changed in the season, but not for the consumers, the Leeds United fans. So anyways, I love talking kits. We can go into that later. But really want to talk about Ethan Ampadu being named captain, the formation debate, 3 at the back. I'm seeing people gathering some steam as to they thinking that this is an actual possibility. I am more skeptical. And we'll talk about what 3 at the back would look like if it's possible. Hey, I'm a fan, whatever wins us and get us promoted. I just don't think Farka really is going to go with the 3 at the back. I'm reading the tea leaves, and maybe I'm wrong. It certainly could be, but I'm calling a little BS on it. My thoughts on the window and what I think we'll get, and maybe a little I want to dig into a little Billy Bremner, as well as a history of the smiley badge, and then your comments. So much to get to. We might even dig into a little Dave Lombardi post, who is the beat writer for the San Francisco 49ers. He got a tour of Elland Road, some parts that I think a lot of us don't see all the time. So it's good to see. Good to see Elland Road. Let's dig into Ethan Ampadu and his comments, short comments released by the club on him being named team captain.
It's a massive honour to be captain of this amazing football club. I know the responsibilities it comes with on and off the pitch, and hopefully I can follow in the footsteps of many great legends in the past. We're going to give everything for you, both on and off the pitch, to hopefully have an amazing season and achieve what we want to achieve and give you guys what you guys deserve. It's a massive privilege and it's a massive honour to be captain of this amazing football club. I know the responsibilities it comes with on and off the pitch, and hopefully I can follow in the footsteps of many great legends in the past. We're going to give everything for you, both on and off the pitch, to hopefully have an amazing season and achieve what we want to achieve and give you guys what you guys deserve.
That's it. It's 18 seconds. It's nothing more than he deserves. He's captain. He was captain material as soon as he signed. He captained some of the games. Obviously, he was captain when Pascal went down. Pascal was really captain. I think he wasn't team captain, but a vice captain based on his seniority at the club. And then obviously Meslier and Pascal Strauch are vice captains. And yeah, I mean, it's completely a new dawn, new day. I mean, it was a little bit last year when the 49ers and Farka took over. There was such turnover in the club and really just not the right personalities at the club when unfortunately Bielsa left. So I think it's a good place to be. I think Ethan, Ethan before he got here, right, was really he was in two relegation scraps, and I think he even got relegated a couple of times. This was the first time he didn't do that, and I think the standard was different. He rose to the standard where we were basically winning game, had to win week in and week out, and Ethan was a big part of that. So nothing more than he deserves. A big call by the club. I mean, and voted on internally. Let's go to the next big headline. This kit, man, this kit that's been leaked is just that's really what today is all about. And the images got shared all over Twitter, and I don't know how it got leaked, but the smiley badge is official. It's a really good looking kit. I mean, the colors are yellow and blue, I think, are beautiful colors together. But it obviously it harkens back to an era, right, of Billy Bremner and even before that. I know yellow has been part of the club for so long that it's not groundbreaking to have a yellow kit, but Adidas did lean into our history, and that's something Gier, when he was on my channel a lot, would always say. Well, all we ask is that you lean into our history. It doesn't have to be a perfectly yellow kit or a blue kit, away kit every year. Obviously, the white kit's pretty much never going to change, but usually away kits are made by the wins that you have in them. And this is just we're gonna win some games in this. I mean, if it's not the smiley badge, which obviously is a retro look, if it's just this with our regular badge, it's still class to me. I mean, this is just, and I love the collar. I'm sorry. Let me know if you're pro collar or anti collar. Let me know in the comments. I'm pro collar. I am pro collar. I just think, I don't know. I love a collar on a kit. Always have. Doesn't matter what the club is. I kind of go, that looks pretty, like Everton. It was kind of like, oh, looks pretty class. Last year. So I just think this is a good looking kit. And obviously this was not a bad kit too, right? This was Bielsa's first year. We didn't wear this too many times, but I love the sleeve that matches with the sock. The blue shorts was pretty good with it. This was probably one of Kappa's best kits. The one thing about Kappa that they always put the badge like super high, like on the shoulder a little bit too. I don't know, that was always weird to me. But yeah, I mean, that was another good kit that Mr. Roberts there is displaying. And here's the full kit with Junior Firpo in it. It's incredible. The socks this year, I mean, I nerd out on this stuff. I would never buy socks, okay? I would never buy those things, but the socks, I mean, with the LUFC and Adidas, usually Adidas is just basically put, uh, their logo on it. They don't put LUFC on it the past few years, so, um, yeah, it's money. It's big time. Oh god, PTSD there, sorry. Weston McKennie in a orange kit. Whew! Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look, I need to learn more about Leeds United. You want me to learn more about Leeds United. Let's look at Leeds United legend. Best player? Let me know. Is Leeds United best player Billy Bremner? Is he the biggest legend of the club? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested in what you think. Let's look a little bit of Billy Bremner's highlights, how he played, his playing style. Let's look and learn for a few minutes about Billy Bremner.
For years at Leeds, it's Billy Bremner. The firebrand Scotsman was his manager's voice on the field. Leeds fans identify with him as one of the club's all-time legends, and that's because he was simply one of their best ever players. He played his whole career in the centre of midfield, a minefield of flying boots and aggression. He was small in stature, but he possessed immense physical strength and unbreakable will. He was a leader of his team, totally unselfish, and often a target for hostility from opposition players and fans. His personality also made him the man most likely to be involved in confrontation with referees.
Passion, right? That's what I'm seeing when I look at Billy Bremner's highlights. The passion, the will to get his teammates over the line. That's a mark of a really good player, to not only be individually great, but to make everybody around you rise to your level. Rare, right? Rare to do that. I would say Somerville would be an example of somebody that was individually great, but at times he might be the star boy of the night. But would you go as far as to say that he made the other people around him better? I don't know. It almost feels like Ruter might be that player. I mean, he misses the goal a lot, but he does seem to make the players around him better. When he goes, sometimes the whole team goes.
But beneath all that, he was a gifted passer of the ball, tactically astute and superb going forward looking for goals. When he died young, Leeds and Scotland lost a man who was irreplaceable.
Bremner.
Oh.
He scored, and Billy Bremner has done it for Leeds.
I love playing football. It was the greatest thing any individual can do, to actually do something that you love doing, and get paid for it into the bag.
The Braveheart Scottish music gets you a little emotional, right? I mean, you could play that music behind almost any backdrop. The fact that Billy Bremner is Scottish, and this starts playing, it certainly sparks the emotion.
God, I mean, I just love. I'd have played for anybody for nothing. Anybody would have been. Every minute I was out in the football park, I loved every moment. And I say to young people now, if that are playing, when you finish, you're a long time finished. It's the most important time of your life.
And we play all the way for Leeds United. Elland Road. We all make place for us with heart and soul for the goal that we're up to toast each other. That's
From us winning the championship in '69 to us to the majority of teams starting to break up about '74, I think they played some of the most marvellous football I've ever witnessed. I think maybe on 4 or 5 occasions in them 4 years, we got as near perfection as any football team can become, actually on the football park.
To say that Leeds are playing with Southampton is the understatement of the season. Poor Southampton just don't know what day it is. Every man jack of this Leeds side is now turning it on. Oh, look at that. It's almost cruel.
It was always marvellous to be with the side because, like I say, I was captain of the side, but there was so many captains on the side because there were so many talkers in the team.
The football of the year, Billy Bremner.
Because I loved, like I say, I loved every minute of playing football, and I never ducked out and cheated on anyone, whether it was with Leeds or whether it was with Scotland. I've got things that people can only dream about. I've got memories of them games that I can relive here. That not anybody else can relive from me or that I can relive. I was fortunate enough to play in 4.
He's got the messy body type, right? He's got real strong, short, but strong on the ball. Literally, if you put Messi's head on his body, that looks like the exact same, make of a player there.
FA Cup finals. I think I've been blessed.
I'm not comparing to he's going to say he's Messi. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying he's, a strong footballer and obviously. Now my question to you is, well, I've got 2 questions. Some of the great players that I follow in sports were players that were able to give you something when nobody else could, right? When you needed that assist, that goal, that ability to unlock the defense. It just didn't look like it was coming. It went against the run of play, and that special moment by that special player was able to give you that. Was that who Billy Bremner was? I'm asking because a lot of my audience is, God bless you and cheers to you, the oldies, as I like to call you. It's not a compliment. That's not a, well, I mean, you can view it as not a compliment. I'm giving it to you as a compliment. But cheers to you and cheers to Billy Bremner. And just give me your thoughts on him. Give me your thoughts on the tassels. Jer used to always talk about the tassels and how special they were. Not every club had the tassels. Would you take the tassels on the socks? Would you take the tassels back? That would be a nice little addition to a kit one day, is to have the embroidered tassel, the numbers on there. And then, my final question is Billy Bremner's fingerprint still on the club? And you could say, of course, well, there's a statue of him outside the club. And, but my question is more in what we value as Leeds fans, the ability to get stuck in, the passion for the club, the emotion on the pitch, the, communicating to the players, stuff like that. The things that we value, honestly, kind of reminds me of Joe Rodon in a way. But and Cooper before him, and people at the club that we view as iconic or iconic of their era, right? Cooper will always be that captain that got us promoted with Bielsa. He will always be a club legend in many ways. 16 years in the wilderness, all that. Cooper, by the way, who I don't know what we're gonna do. We have to send him off somehow. Doesn't look like he will be re-signed at the club. That's maybe a discussion for another day. But I guess my question is Billy Bremner's style and his best way, because is his fingerprints still on this club and what we value as Leeds fans. I'm interested in that. Let's get into the smiley badge. I'm interested in that because we have to know hey, we're all buying the smiley badge. Well, what is the smiley badge? How did that come to be? Let's look at that. And there's a little paragraph I found here. 1973 saw the first incarnation of the smiley badge, which would don the Leeds shirt in some form of upright until the 1981 season. It featured the letters L and U in bubble writing, with the U sitting within the L. The original smiley had the lettering in blue with a yellow black background. This was later inverted into a yellow writing with a blue background before the border was added with Leeds United AFC, written around in 1977. The smiley remains a cult favorite amongst the Elland Road faithful, and the club still offer retro merchandise with the badge on it. Well, it won't be retro in a few hours. Cheers to that. Big day. The smiley is back, and the L and the U that make up the Leeds United. Obviously, abbreviation as well as what the badge was. So, anyways, in 1980, it goes on. In 1981, brought us the Peacock badge. The Peacock badge was brought back to a degree last year, I guess, on the back. And we'll see if that ever makes a comeback. But certainly the smiley badge is iconic of some great football. That is that. I mean, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy that as most people will. Is there anybody that doesn't like it? Let me know that. I'd be shocked. Let's look at little Dave Lombardi. He did a video. He's the beat writer of the San Francisco 49ers. This is the most American video you will ever see. He did a tour of Leeds United. He's the beat writer for the San Francisco 49ers. Alex, why are you showing me this? There's bits in here that you don't necessarily see of Elland Road. And he does some comparing and contrasting for 49ers fans. And there's just some interesting parts to it. I do want to show it to you, and we can look at it together.
Soccer club, Leeds United. With the 49ers offseason officially ending tomorrow, veterans report to training camp on Tuesday. Figured now to be a good time to show you the franchise's other on-field investment, over 5,000 miles away from the Bay Area on the other side of the Atlantic.
I'll have to correct a little bit of what he says here, right? It's the franchises. It's the 49ers Enterprises LLC owns the 49ers Football Club, or 49ers football franchise. They call it a franchise. And then they own Leeds United Football Club. So there's really two entities. He's incorrect in saying that the 49ers football franchise in San Francisco owns it's an enterprise, right? That's all. I'll be correcting a lot.
Ocean. Leeds has a tremendously rich history, and all of it happened here at Elland Road, their stadium, which has been around since 1919. Mark Broadley, the director of facilities at Elland Road, was able to give us a tour and take us through some of these great moments.
That's when they won the FA Cup. Our only our only time in 72.
So that's Bill Walsh and Joe Montana of Leeds.
And this is all the team which they used to do in the 70s. That's the cop. So when I pointed to you, said that's where as you come out of the tunnel and turn left, that's it.
Okay.
And they used to clap them before.
When he says Joe Walsh and Joe, I do have to say in the 49ers defense of this particular beat writer, Joe Walsh is at one time and he is top 3 American football coaches of all time. So when he compares Rivy to him, that's well earned and probably pretty on par. And then Billy Bremner to Joe Montana. Joe Montana is still with us. Joe Montana is probably top 2 to 3 ever American football players, iconoclast. So good comparison. And I think that's a lot why the 49ers were attracted. I mean, Bragg has said it, and it's true. Leeds United and the 49ers are very similar franchises. I mean, if you want to compare the 49ers now to a franchise, it would be very similar to calling it close to Arsenal. They've been to a couple of the finals, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. They've never kind of gotten the trophy, the big trophy, but they've gotten recently to some finals.
So here it is, the walk out of that tunnel and the turn to the left, where you could see one of the most intimidating places to play soccer as a visiting player in Europe. Elland Road, it's windy, as you can tell, Margot, on the tour. Some Candlestick vibes in this place. It is old, but it's got the history. It has the rowdy fans, and this is a trip up to the actual.
So when he says Candlestick, he'll say it a couple times. Candlestick, I don't think exists anymore. It was the old American football stadium. And yeah, I mean, so he'll go on to the 49ers' ambition to probably renovate this place.
Actual press box at Elland Road, where all of the TV broadcasters and the radio broadcasters will be. You have to take a bridge and you're exposed to the elements, but you have this gorgeous view of the entire field. I could hardly fit in there. I think I'm a little bit too tall for the press box at Elland Road. They've got some nice luxury suites, though. This place, as we got this tour from Mark, it was really cool because we saw all of the nooks and crannies of the stadium. We also got to take a look at the turf. Really beautiful natural grass. A look underneath it there. They're very particular in soccer about the grass. The press conference.
Yeah, well, that came out in several stadiums. I think maybe at the San Francisco Stadium, Levi Stadium was the Copa America was hosted a lot. I have to say, so the pitches were bad in America. You look at the pitches in the 70s, right? You laugh, but you know, I don't think there's an American sport where a ball is played on the ground. I mean, outside of golf, and that's an international sport. So, you know, American football is played, you know, we're running and throwing, baseball, running and throwing, and then hockey and basketball are indoors. So, anyways, the pitches, bottom line, in America need to be improved. And pitch looks gorgeous.
Area, the locker room, obviously much smaller than a football locker room. You don't have nearly the same amount of players on a soccer team, but Leeds does indeed have history. The gentle giant, John Charles, one of their early legends. That's Don Revie, who is the coach of Leeds. He's got his own stand named after him. He's the Bill Walsh of Leeds United. And then Billy Bremner, who's all over this stadium as well. You'll see a statue of him a little bit later. It's Billy Bremner on the wall. He is the Joe Montana of Leeds. As you can tell, we're walking through this whole place that is a shrine to what is a great franchise. They even call themselves sleeping giants of Europe, which I think is true. They developed a massive fan base over the course of the 1960s and 1970s. Take a look at this beautiful portrait up on the wall. This painting encapsulates all of Leeds' history, including the time they believed they were robbed in the European Championship against Munich. That was a match played in 1975. Before and after that, though, this pitch right here at Elland Road has seen so many great moments. This place seats 37,000, but the 49ers are looking to expand it to 55,000 by taking down this old grandstand and replacing it with a dual deck setup. Things are different in Europe, by the way. You can actually bet on the match at one of these kiosks. You can walk right back up these stairs and continue watching. Of course, the hooligans. This is where they sit under the watchful eye of security. I mentioned the candlestick vibes.
Okay, he doesn't know. Just let that one slide. He doesn't know hooligan and hooliganisms. Passionate fans.
You could tell that there's a lot of history in this place. They also had to tack on the light fixture later. And because of some challenges, they had to build the fixture in the actual parking lot. This is us standing on the new side, the second deck, with a very nice view. There is the Revy stand, named after Don Revy, the Bill Walsh of Leeds United. All in all, it was awesome, especially this statue of Billy Bremner. There, Joe Montana, right outside of the grounds. What a way to finish up this 49ers offseason. Their investment is represented with this picture of Christian McCaffrey. Now 49ers training camp will start just as Leeds United season will begin 5,000 miles away.
Now, I show this and it's cringeworthy, and there was probably half of you might have turned it off and all that stuff. I show this because my guess, the 49ers flew him out there. What's he doing in Leeds, England? Right? I mean, he's an American football writer covering the San Francisco 49ers right before the season tips off. And I think either the 49ers, maybe the Athletic flew him out there and said, do this piece on Leeds. And it's I get it. It's, he's saying stuff. I mean, there was the part about the locker room being small. It's American football is 11 on 11. So, I mean, there's more equipment needed. Just stuff like that was just arrogant. He just doesn't know, right? He doesn't know. So, just let a little bit of that slide. And I thought it shot beautifully. This part of the press box I haven't seen where he's probably 3, 4, something like that. And he's putting his head down to get by, and the press box and stuff like that. I just think that's interesting. The owner's box is the suites, stuff that I don't, we see maybe when a player signs, but we don't really get to see it. The lighting that was added in the parking lot, which I'm aware of, but you don't really get to see it up close like that. So, yeah, I mean, I think it was shot. And again, I think the 49ers are saying, hey, we need to sell this thing to more fans in America. Come out here, write a piece on it. The Athletic is it's widely read. The 49ers have several, subscribers to the Athletic because of that beat writer. So it's a big thing, but it's a little thing. Let's see, little things add up. Let's see. I want to see how many followers. So it's basically, the Phil Hay of he's the Phil Hay of the 49ers. Dave Lombardi has 118,000 followers on Twitter. Let's see how many Phil Hay has. And obviously Phil Hay has moved on, right? He's no longer the beat writer, but he still writes for The Athletic. Whoa. Hey. Phil Hay has 258,000. Nancy Froston has 23,000. She will be growing, I'm sure, as she goes on and covers Leeds United. So, look, I just think that's a little thing, but a small thing. Let's get to your comments. And you know what time it is. Your comments from the last video, the French horn. All right. Liam Chalky says, not Liam Chalky 9275. Alex, I think you got a hawk too and spit on that thing marching on together. Thank you, Liam. Robin says, morning, Alex. Morning, Robin. Rendell. Carl, one of my faves. Carl, how are you, mate? Hi, Alex. How are you doing? Bogle, what do you think? Good or bad? Do we need more? And if so, where? I think a 10. Callum O'Hara, that's what I was going to a little bit touch on. I think we're going to do midfield, attacking midfield. Okay. That's why that Callum O'Hare there was some smoke there. This whole notion of 3 at the back, punchline, I just don't think we have enough bodies to cover a consistent 3 at the back. You're looking at a 3 at the back of Strauch, Vober, and Rodon in no particular. Well, I mean, Vober will probably be the center of that, right? As a left-footed center back, Rodon, Strauch, Ampadu, Rothwell in the midfield, Firpo and Bogle at wing backs, and then some formation of Ruter, Nanto, Somerville. Who knows if we hold on to Ruter and Somerville the whole season, but that front 3 would still be kind of flexible. I just don't think we would need more center backs for me to cover that as a serious system for most of the season. So I am going to wait one more game to really see if that 3 at the back is real, because I'm going to cut this particular segment up. This is how strong I believe. I think it was, and I just think it was really for that preseason game to knock the dust off the boots, whatever you want to say. I don't think we see 3 at the back. But I will be waited with bated breath for the next friendly to see if that is again what we implement. I just think flexibility wise, in terms of your depth, and you need depth for 40 to 50 games in the championship. I think you're going to see Bogle, Vober, and Strauch fight it out for that left-handed center back spot. Rodon, Firpo, Rothwell, Ampadu, 4-2-3-1, and then Nanto, Ruter, Somerville, Mateo Joseph up top, probably as he seems to be grabbing that number 9 shirt away from Bamford. And the front 4 is flexible, right? I mean, if Somerville goes, James steps in. If Nanto goes, James steps in, or then you have to sign, a winger. You can put Ruter out wide. You can put Aronson in. You can sign somebody. There's flexibility up at the top, and you can even do a 4-3-3. But I just think that 3 at the back, I am kind of squinting and going, I don't know. It was fun to see for a game, but I just don't know really sustainability wise if we do see that. Let's get back into your comments. My sermon is over. I had a math teacher that used to say that. I can't imagine drinking cold coffee, which is one of my faves. Says John Heckles 8239. I mean, I'm a coffee guy too, but cold, nah. Having said that, at the moment I'm on a diet, so drinking instant coffee with oat milk. My wife drinks the oat milk as well. I'm a solid fan. You have to stay away. Some of them have some seed oils in it. Just a little tip. And seed oils apparently stay in your system. User BI3WW3I3S symbol for boron says, hello, Alex. Good signing, Jaden Bogle. Chuffed to bits. I had to look up what chuffed to bits meant. It means that you're very excited. We have to keep our man Jorginho, very important for the team. I drink tea, black, no milk. Ooh, the milk ruins it. No sugar, my man. This is I like not much in it. Marching on together, we all love Leeds. Keep fighting. Amen, brother. So 5006. Alex, Bogle is a good signing. Where do we improve now? I love striker, left back, and a new goalkeeper, but I suspect the 49ers won't do anything unless we move personnel in those areas. Yeah, I'm not expecting a striker. I'm expecting, I think, an attacking midfielder, but I could be wrong. And I think you're right. It does depend on if we lose any of those players. Hi, Alex. If we lost Georgie, and he's been my one guy that I think, and someone might test our resolve on him, right? That's just what I'm saying. If we lost Georgie, I'd be genuinely floored. He is a luxury player with lots to learn, but much of the time, he's so wonderful to watch. An on-fire Georgie in the EFL would be magic. I think it would be a cheat code, my friend. Hannah Bone 4207. Thank you, Hannah. Slim Hood. Cream 2 slugs the English way. He's talking about his tea. 2 slugs of sugar, I think you're saying. Pontus. And shout out to you, Pontus. One of the faves. Alex, I've traveled many miles. For me, the best is masala tea and Indian brew boil tea, milk, water together, nutmeg on top. It's more addictive than crack. I have had some masala tea. I am a fan of the warming spices. A little bit of milk in that one, I will say, can be tempting. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think that is I like, it's not just the nutmeg, the cinnamon, the cardamom. Cardamom's just it's amazing. Love the music. All right. Well, I'm keeping with that. I am a Leeds fan living in America. Just found you and love your insights. Says Stephen Wright. Oh, thank you, sir. By the way, shout out to you, Dow. I don't know if you're watching this, but Dow, I know you're not over 50. You're a 30-year-old man, but God bless you. You have one of the best Leeds United intellects in the comment section. So shout out to you, my friend. Rick Gillingham. Great to have you with us, brother. Love our American fans. Keep fighting to the good fight. Love you too, brother. All right. I've subscribed. I've always supported all LUFC content creators. Keep it up. Fantastic work, brother. Well, thank you, Rick. Cheers to you. Like I said, I've been doing content for a little while, but I'm going to start formalizing the Wednesday midweek update. The Mighty Whites midweek. That's what I'm calling it. And that'll be in the title. Andy, I say Wong. I know I'm not pronouncing that right, but I can't. There's something about wrong that I don't see. Maybe I'm dyslexic. Andy Wrong. I know I'm not saying the W is silent or something. Not into cold coffee, milky coffees, yes, cappuccino, Spanish or a Spanish coffee with condensed milk, though I love the smell of fresh ground coffee in the morning, especially those independent cafes in Leeds. Oh, brother, I want to go. I refuse to pay an extraordinary prices for instant coffee made a certain way that will content me. Tea in certain circumstances. He switches to the Mighty Whites and says, I can live with Bogle, adequate addition, but but only if we don't continue to hemorrhage assets. Well, I think we're trimming the fat. I think that's what we've been doing prior to some of these signings. And just the fact that I froze and stuff last time. That's it, the comment section. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. you know, if you are so inclined, you know, let other people know that I exist. And honestly, the purpose of this channel is to have a dialogue about Leeds United. That's what I like to do. This is like more like a pub than, me just, I don't know, waffling on. And by the way, what happened to waffling on? Waffling on is a good thing. I feel like you need more nuance in the world. So I think that's a good thing. Hope you do well. Save your money. At least get the kit from China. Do something. I think this smiley badge is absolutely fantastic. I hope they smash it, and I hope we're win every single freaking game in this kit. Marching on together, Leeds. My name's Alex. It's been a joy.